Hello and welcome to the Lionsgate 888 2022 portal. We are here with the Celestial Sisterhood, Karissa and I. Yes, welcome. Unfortunately, we could not get this working very well on the Facebook Live. We're still determined to figure it out one of these days, but we got this little one here on Zoom for everybody. So yes, we are going to be here doing tarot readings and a beautiful guided meditation. And so let's go in. Do you want to talk a little bit about the Lionsgate just to kind of do a quick what it is? So, what it's actually happening in the sky, not just like what the magic is behind it, but the celestial happenings of what this is doing. I know we got the star Sirius here, we've got the earth in alignment, the sun is at the highest point as well. And we also have Orion's Belt, which is, if anyone knows the famous Giza pyramids, this is where the alignment with the stars in Orion's Belt and the significance of all of these happenings are coming from, is this beautiful moment in the sky where they used to all get together
So
and
magical.
travel to the pyramids to watch the beautiful alignment and stuff. So yeah, do you give us your insight a little bit of all of this magic? Just a quick little.
Yeah. Okay. This magical and just absolutely potent portal that we're experiencing today through the 13th. So this is when the energy is going to be the most potent, is 8-8. And it's said that exactly what you're saying. So now Orion is connected to the Egyptian god Osiris, and Sirius is to the goddess Isis. So that's kind of how they're connected. And they're both indicated as the creators of the whole human civilization, is kind of why there's so much symbolism around the potency of manifestation around this day and the ability to create, right? So I just even like to break down like the word manifestation. You have manus, which is of the hand, and then you have infestus, which is to strike. So it's an action oriented experience that we're having today to take all of these beautiful, dreamy like ideas and things that we want to see created in the physical. And this is giving us like the opportunity to really hone in on some high frequency energy that people have been celebrating for generations, and generations and generations and generations. I mean, going all the way back to the Egyptians, and they really saw this alignment in the sky, having kind of starting with, Leo, and then also ending with that lion energy. So you're having two lions on both sides of this gate of energy, which is just so much fire and so much just action oriented energy of making concrete decisions, and starting to embody those dreams that we have and like bring them down to earth. Yeah.
Yes, I kept getting, as I've told you already, we've talked about this, but like taking your power back, stepping out of like the victim mentality and stuff like that. That's definitely something I've been getting a lot with this energy specifically coming up, and just taking your power back. Like that's such a Leo thing to do.
It is though. It is. And what I love about it so much, I mean, so for me, and I know Jade, you too, I mean, for me, it's been really heavy the last like 2, 3 days, right? But really
Mhm.
over the last week,
Yeah.
since, Leo came into play with its season and it's in full force. I think we're all experiencing more of the push. There's a lot coming up from beneath the surface. A lot of, for me, victim mentality. I've been dealing with that. And
Same.
yeah, and
Same.
what it's really pushing me towards is taking my power back, taking my ownership of myself back, and really also like pushing up and encouraging my own unique self and how I show up in this world, and how, even if it's been said before, like if I need to say it, I need to say it because only I can say it the way it needs to be spoken, right?
Yes.
And
Oh my
that's
gosh,
like
yes.
I think that's one of the pushes that's like, show up, take your stage, you know, leave fear behind.
And it's scary to do that. It's like unlocking these deeper type of emotions and traumas that have been locked in. I literally was just telling I was just telling Jazz the other day how I did a 50-minute hip opener with on YouTube specifically, and I've been working very with yoga and movement of just like breath work and really connecting my body so much, not worrying about how much of a workout I'm getting, but more just like really feeling it in my body. And that's definitely helped me take in the time I do set aside to do it.
Yeah,
It just gives you so much more, but it's like the hips, you hold so much emotional things there.
totally.
And literally, and I was on a high that day. Like I was a good, I woke up feeling great. We even talked that morning and I was like channeling some stuff. I posted some stuff. I was like, man, today I am like
Oh.
killing it. I'm fucking killing it. And then all of a sudden, and I did pull a card that told me that I might hit like some, it was, I believe it was the Three of Swords. So that day, and I was like, okay, when is that going to come into play? And it just like hit me of this victim. I want to go out and play or do something. But then it was like, oh, I don't know a lot of people. I haven't met my full tribe down here yet. Still like, or the some people I do have, they're working or like, and then just like all those people, I don't know, it was just very victimizing. But then it was just also like little things would trigger to where you're falling on the ground crying. And then you're like, this is ridiculous. This is very extra. Why am I on the ground crying now as if the world is ending? But I know I have to let it out and release it. But it's like it makes you realize, like, oh, I think a lot of that was a lot more repressed emotion. Also, having an opportunity come out because of the action of taking earlier. Then now, you know, you when you're on a up, you're gonna go down, you're gonna have things ready to be released. And it was like the next, literally, I think today's the first day I like woke up feeling a lot lighter and stuff because I've been making myself get out more into nature and stuff. But oh my gosh, yes, it's just so
Need that.
funny how all of it. And then I did remember my dream last night, which
Ooh.
doesn't happen often. Like I kind
Yeah.
of remembered something. It was I'll tell you a little bit. I did write
Okay.
it down.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know we'll jump into the reading and stuff after this. We won't get too far off track here, but my dream, I thought it was significant because I had a couple of those emotional breakthroughs and allowing, and that's a problem of mine, not letting the emotions
Mhm.
flow out and through fully. You know, you're always holding on, but I don't remember a lot of my dreams. So I thought this was significant to have it the night of 8/8 of the portal and stuff, you know, and after the emotional stuff. So I was
Yeah.
like, okay, I'm gonna specifically remember this and write this shit down. And it was a horse in my dream. And I've never, and it was like it felt like it was, I don't remember a lot, guys. So I'm just gonna like the pieces I do remember is
Keep on.
inside almost what felt like a hut or
Hmm.
something that was not of a modern age where there's like a lot of light and electricity by any means, more just like natural lighting, but not a lot of it in
Yeah.
there. But
Yeah.
almost like smaller windows type thing too, because maybe it was like
Definitely
colder
ancient.
area.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it almost felt more tribally feeling to me.
Yeah.
And then when I walked outside, it was like very natural. Like I didn't see, and it was just like land
Mhm.
open, not westerny vibes, but I don't know. Anyways, but there was a horse out there and I knew it was like my horse, but not my horse. Like I knew it was there for me, but it wasn't mine. Like it wasn't bound up, it wasn't held up to anything. And I want to say it was like whitish grayish and
Ooh.
shimmery. And we just like locked eyes. And I remember going up and I just started petting its long little cheek and just staring at it in its eyes, petting it and just kind of loving on it, just like, all right, cool, fucking horse.
Oh,
But
I love
what?
this. Oh,
Yes, and then I did look up when I woke up. I was like, what is a spiritual meaning of a horse in your dream?
yeah.
And it did talk about like stability and like things like this and steadiness and like, and I was like, okay, that
Yeah.
feels kind of nice after having a couple emotional breakdowns the last few days of feeling like, okay, okay? I know we're okay, but like, okay.
I love that. I love
Yeah.
that. I know where Shelly when we meet her.
I know.
Yeah.
You know, when I do see her, I know I think she's getting back from the lake soon because I'm gonna
Oh,
be like,
perfect.
we're gonna
Yes.
be at the shop this next Friday. So I'm like, if you are there, girl, I'm gonna be asking you, what's up with this horse?
Some horse questions.
What's up with this horse in
Got
my
some
dream?
equine curiosities.
Yes, like I gotta know what's this horse doing?
Oh my gosh.
Oh, I love it.
No, I do too. I think that that's something that we should all be like ready for just the next few days as when you're tapping into high frequency energy, I mean, you're matching its vibration, right? You're coming in and you're matching it, is why you're able to experience it. You're taking yourself out of your stressful woes of the future and your, distracting depressions of the past. And you're really stepping into the present moment. And there's so much, like, I mean, everything exists in the present, right? Either that or we're borrowing like from ideas of the past or expectations for the future. So everything's always happening in the present. The past doesn't really exist and the future doesn't yet either. We're always in the present. And when you're able to sit in the present and really soak up the current vibration that we're sitting in, you're going to it's just going to, I mean, amplify all of your current desires, your thoughts, what you feel like is important. Kind of, it's funny because you're dialing down into the present moment, but somehow you're able to see the big picture point of view when you do that, right? It's almost like grounding gives you the ability to see it from the ascension point of view.
Yes, it almost feels counterproductive because you
Right.
are slowing down.
Yes.
Um, I've I've personally had the realization, and this is what my ego wants to consider as sad and pathetic,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
is that I have a hard time playing when I'm more alone. Like
Mm,
it's almost like I have to have somebody there. And this is what I'm learning with my journey of
yeah.
healing from codependency and learning how to like become my whole package for me. And
Yeah.
it was this feeling like I'm really good in a lot of my practices of like having my routines, doing these rituals, doing the work, blah blah blah, like but what was part of my emotional stuff this past few days was the fact that it's so beautiful and nice out. And yeah, I was like, I want to go play, but I
Yeah.
felt stuck and didn't know what to do. But it's like play doesn't, it's a feeling for one thing.
A
Like,
100%.
you know what I mean? You can cultivate it in a lot of different ways, but you don't have to have somebody there with you
Yeah. Yeah.
in order to do it. So then instead of telling yourself, well, I'll just wait until one of my friends is free, or I'll just wait till Jazz moves down here, or I'll just wait until this. I was like, those are a lot of bullshit fucking excuses. And I can see that. Obviously, I can see it.
100%. Yeah.
So it's like, okay, well, what can I do by myself in a city full of drinking that I don't want to spend money and go do, especially by yourself? That's not a good idea.
Yeah. Like,
At least for me, that's
yeah.
not a
Yeah.
great idea.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? That just sounds like a panic attack waiting to happen in public.
At least.
You know what I mean? It's just, yeah, but yeah, I almost went on a tangent there.
That's
I
okay.
kind of don't even remember what I was going with that point, but yeah.
Um, well,
My
like,
journey of healing codependency and finding playtime.
yeah.
That's what I'm learning how to play and redefining, I guess, what play really is for me now, being like
Yeah.
30 years old, living where I am, like finding now that I have like different types of interests and hobbies, but always feeling like does playtime always have to mean spend money? That's
Right.
kind of an irritating thought. Not that I don't mind spending the money, but like, does that always have to be a factor? You
100%.
know?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and this whole idea of like, okay, so just as society and, there's all of these pressures coming around to, yeah, be successful, make your moves, take action on your dreams, co-create with the universe, manifest your desires. It's like, oh, okay, these things all sound great, but holy shit, that's a lot. And so then it's like, oh, just slow down. We need to slow down.
Yes. And as
And
soon as you start inviting in the play and slow
yeah,
down, it's like all this shit will happen. That's what we were talking about. Thank
yeah.
you.
No, but
It
yeah,
always
to
reels
bring
me
it all
back
back.
in.
Yeah, to bring it all back,
It always brings me back in.
I feel like that's such a cool factor of like, okay,
Mhm.
the universe really just requires us to, it's not asking any of that from us. These are all like bonus factors about being human and having the human experience. But when it really comes down to it, we're really just meant to be still and play with the universe and play with nature and connect with nature. And then through that, it's like that's renewable energy. That's what gives back to you and fills your cup back up. Because when you are in And no, I know not everyone is in this like spiritual industry, or on a spiritual journey. But if you're listening and cluing into, stuff that Jade and I are posting, you're probably interested in it.
You're probably very similar,
Yeah,
I would
you're
imagine.
probably similar, and have just some similar goals in mind. And for me, being in this industry of working for myself and being self-employed and doing my passion for work, it can be very shocking when I find myself getting burnt out, but it feels like a different burnout because I'm not depressed in the old jobs that I used to do that were not fulfilling for me soulfully. But now that I'm in something that does fulfill me soulfully, the burnout doesn't, it creeps on, and it hits you kind of twice as hard, but in a different way.
You don't even realize it. You all of a sudden just kind of feel like, am I doing something wrong? Did I fuck up somewhere and I'm now on the whole different wrong path without even realizing it?
Yeah,
Like the burnout feels like a wrong direction. And it
100%.
kind of is because it's saying you're not in alignment, you're not
Yeah.
balanced out in it. But
It's bringing
the
you back
burnout,
to balance,
yeah.
for sure. But to listen to that and know when it's time for play and time to slow down. And then to not, I just read this in my, the card I pulled this morning for myself, which has showed up now almost, I think this is the third time I've pulled it. So the message is like trying to drive home to me, but sometimes things appear as if they are moving backwards while they are yet moving forward. And to not be disillusioned by such an experience, but to celebrate of what you don't know, celebrate the unknown. And if it's uncomfortable, it's okay.
Let
It's
it be.
okay. Not everything that's easy is going to be comfortable, or not everything that's like meant for you is going to be easy and comfortable. You're going to meet things that are
You
going to be,
can't grow from the comfort zone. So if it's
yeah.
always comfortable,
Yeah.
it's not, you're not being challenged, you're not
No,
growing, you're just
no.
remaining the same. And that's what you want to do, then
Yeah. That
stay,
discomfort is
stay
just
comfortable
spirit
then.
stirring your pot. It's just
Yeah.
stirring the pot for you,
Yeah.
shaking things up, you
You
know?
know, I just watched, that was cute. I just watched this movie yesterday called Lucky that just came out on Apple TV.
Yeah.
And the overall message was cute because it was about like good luck and bad luck.
Yeah.
But the overall message was getting to the point that you, of course, you can't have one without the other, but it was saying the bad luck is just as important as good luck because bad luck is teaching you how to problem solve things differently.
100%.
So
Yeah.
it's like it's
Uh,
there to help you. And it was cool because in the character, you know what I mean? She was someone who always had bad luck all the time. And it was something I noticed within the first like 5 minutes of the movie because every time something broke, every time something happened, she would think outside the box so quickly to like, okay, I'm just going to use my chapstick. This will pump up
Right.
my air and just like immediately within seconds. And I'm like,
It is.
I
Yeah.
would like, I know it's a movie, but still, it's like that's what happens though when you like we need the balance of those types of things, you know?
100%. I
Yes.
totally agree. Those things are shaping and shifting and molding us, and also providing us with the
The
understanding
tools.
tools to do. Yeah.
The
And
tools, yeah.
exactly. And how to use the tool,
So you should ask yourself when you're hitting a lot of challenges, what is the common denominator in all of these challenges? Because it's
Yeah,
showing its face to you in a lot of different ways, trying to say, this is what we need to work on. And this is a great like energy portal to do that. This is
exactly.
a great energy with fire Leo energy too to help yourself like get past those challenges. And
Mhm.
that's kind of something I wanted to direct towards the reading for today is like what are some of those challenges or some of those things that we need to kind of I personally pulled the judgment card today and it
Mm,
and it was the judgment card with the 9 of swords and the devil. So it was literally like all I saw was victim mode. And
yes.
it's not that I
Yes.
have a lot of that going on presently, but it's something that has always recycled itself in my life and in my journey. So it's like it's recycling itself right now. It's something that I've been challenged again in other ways. So it's like something that I actually have been writing down as pause, celebrate, and integrate.
I love that.
I know
Pause,
I said it to,
celebrate, and integrate. Yeah.
yes, I said it to a hair client of mine and literally stopped everything I did and looked at her and just
Like,
said, that was really good. I need to write that shit down. And
yeah.
she laughed. She was like, yes, you do. And it's on my laptop here. I literally have it written down.
Ah, that's
I'm staring at it.
perfect. I'm writing it down.
Yes, but this is the integration part. Integration means you have to be faced with those challenges because now you're ready to take those tools that you've been learning
Love
and
it.
put them to use now. Now we need that challenge. Now we need those things. So it's like, yeah, I wanted to put this towards like judgment. And the judgment is the second to last card in the major arcanas, meaning this is like the last thing. And the judgment's all about, it's not like judging you, but it's like the original artwork is like angel up, not one of the original artworks, I should say. Angel up in the sky, like people out in like water, but
Mhm.
they're all in caskets.
Oh,
But
okay.
they're all naked and like showing vulnerability and openness, and their arms are praising up in the sky. But
Mm.
that's like showing surrender. It's also showing awareness, and it's also showing like we're ready to put it to rest. We're ready to but to put it to rest means you have to feel it, experience it, heal it. You got to like move through it. You can't just ignore it. You got to go through all of the steps. So it's a beautiful card showing of a brand new cycle. So it's like, what can you like? Yeah, we want to manifest. We want to use this energy to manifest, but in order to manifest, we need to make room for that manifestation. So what do we need to let go of for our manifestations to actually come to fruition?
Yes.
Because you have to exchange it for something. You can't just do a little spell, put a little intention out there, say all the stuff like, yes, those help.
Right.
But there's
Mm.
still a physical action side that we need to take too. That requires us to usually give up something, make some space. It could be a lot of different things. So
Yeah.
with that, I feel like that's a really good entryway into the reading
I
here.
think that's the perfect entry to start this reading off. I'm excited for just the divine messages to come through for everybody who needs to hear them. And let it be, your new mantra, your new affirmation, your synchronicity for driving you forward with this new opportunity to co-create the life that, you're really here to experience, and be a part of. Yeah.
Yes, beautiful. Oh, all right. How can we start to reclaim our power using this portal here in this time? Let's just start shuffling. You wanted to come out. Four of Pentacles or Four of Swords. I'm sorry. Four of Swords for those who are watching in video. That's also Jupiter sitting back there as well. Four of Swords is all about get away from everyone else's opinions, get away from the outside noise. A lot of the times, too, it's about sometimes it's better to keep things to yourself before you blab it out to everyone. Sometimes when we have goals and ideas that we want, we talk about it a little too early. And it kind of takes, when we talk about it too early, it almost like takes away this illusion. It's almost like you're giving away a part of the magic a little too early. You haven't put the seeds in yet. You haven't planted it yet. And it's almost like that is the time where manipulation is at its finest and easiest. That is the time where the one person can say something to all of a sudden change your entire thought process around that seed and what you wanted to do. So it's kind of like sometimes it's better. Like if you get a moment where you're like, should I share this? And you kind of contemplate it, that should be your sign right there, just to hold on to that to just yourself a little bit longer. Don't get it out. Don't give it out just yet. Allow it to cultivate and become what it needs to without those outside opinions or anything that can disrupt it from being its most purest form of self expression of what you're creating and doing, Queen of Pentacles. So that's kind of coming in with that too. There's another Jupiter that's going in with her. Um, being Rams too. This is like an Aries fire connection too, because she is connected with all of that. So we also have Saturn in the background, which is kind of showing kind of those karmic cycles can kind of come up and down, but you are ready to break free of those, the queen shows a sign of wisdom, teacher, integration, which is what we were talking about not long ago. So it's like you're ready to break through those types of cycles. And maybe this is one of your cycles that you do where you get I feel like I do this. I definitely have done this. But you kind of talk about your stuff a little too early. And then you kind of look back and you're like, wow, I haven't actually started or done any of those. All I did was kind of talk about it and
Right.
didn't do any of it yet. So sometimes, you kind of need to nurture those ideas a little bit longer in solitude before you give them out. And if you do give them out, be extremely selective. Like maybe your partner, whether that's a business partner, a romantic partner, or best friend, I would be extremely selective on who I would let into those types of things. All right. I like that that happened in a 3. So let's get another little 3 card going for another one. I'm just going to do a couple random little readings for collectively with 3s and hope that whoever is finding these listening and tuning in will get those messages.
Oh yeah, they will.
I kind of, me, I just kind of flow with how it feels in that kind of moment in time.
And it's magic every time.
It kind of does. I don't know why I have to explain it to people. Like I'm not your traditional kind of reader. I'm just gonna
That's what I
I'm
love
just
about
gonna
us.
throw some cards down.
Yeah, this might be the way to do it. We're just gonna do it
I
this
don't,
way.
I don't know though. I'm gonna try this way.
Yeah.
This feels kind of nice. Ooh, okay. 10 of Pentacles, Knight of Wands in reverse. 10 of Pentacles upright. If you're confused what I say reversals, we'll have a whole conversation about this type of stuff in the future. This is already inspiring me that we're recording all of this right now. Welcome, guys. But reversals just kind of mean like a hesitance. It could mean opposite of things, but I'm getting a hesitance towards this. So 10 of Pentacles is a lot of completion.
Mm.
Everything's done and it's an earth energy. So this could be a career, this could be relationships, something physical in the earth society like realm, tangible like things is complete. But the Knight of Wands in reverse is showing like a hesitance to accept in that completion. And maybe it's because you have something more that you want to move towards, but you're not feeling confident or that you're ready to do so. But the knight always shows that you are ready. If you think of a traditional knight, they have all of their armor on, and the armor signifies your past experiences and the past experiences and things you have done. That's your armor. That's your experience. That's your ability to be able to integrate and now move forward. It's like it's saying like you are ready. You have everything that you need. You just need to take that confidence and more move forward. And it does have the moon and the sun in here with like the little eclipse and void in the background.
Oh
So
yeah.
it is saying that you are having like you need to balance out like the masculine and feminine energies, especially if you are feeling too much of one way. So if you have a lot of anxiety, self-doubt, and like you're really in your head, then do the opposite. Go play, get present. A lot of times when you play, it's very hard to be in your head and all of the worry and stuff. So that's a very quick way that you can balance that kind of energy. So if you're finding yourself like resisting moving forward, then go out and have some fun. Like do something that's going to light you up a little bit more to help you feel a little bit more confident in yourself. I'm also getting a thing like put on that dress, put on those heels, like even like dress up and put yourself physically in something that makes you feel a little bit more elevated in yourself, a little bit more confident in that way. Cause that's like a physical act that you can do that helps ignite that fire a little bit more under your ass.
It could
Yes.
feel good.
Yes, like feel good. It's something a mentor of both of ours have had said, Brittany Carmichael, she's got an oracle card and it's
Yeah.
like, be bold, don't be afraid. And so it's got like that bold ass, like
Yeah.
yellow neon lipstick. And
Yeah.
I finally realized what my lipstick was. I finally realized because I'm not like a big lipstick. I'm not that little girl that
Yeah.
always wanted to wear the bright lipstick and all the like makeup. And I was like, what was my thing? It was heels. I
Oh,
shit you not, when I was like 16, 17 and working small little side jobs and driving, I would spend my money on going to the mall to like Dillard's and go to like the clearance racks and buy like some of the nicer like heels, like Steve Madden's and things like that.
ah.
And they were like these really cute, all these different types of heels, but I never wore them out in
Okay, you
public.
bought them, you just never wore them?
And I would wear them in my room and I would feel so like feminine
Oh
and
my
so
gosh, that's
good and
great.
badass, but I would
Yeah.
never wear them. And I finally, now almost 30 years old, I feel like I'm finally age appropriate to go outside and wear heels for no reason at
Um,
all, just because. And that is one, sad that it's taken me that long. So if you're waiting, please don't wait. Just do it.
heels on. Wear them
Put
out.
the heels on, wear the makeup, wear the dress, like whatever it is for you,
Yeah.
fucking do it. Like get your ear pierced, get that lip ring. Just fucking do it already.
I love it. Don't think, just do.
Just do. And that comes to the last card of this little set with the Page of Swords.
Mm.
Confidence is practiced. It's
Mm.
not something you're born with. Like, yeah, we're all pretty confident as little kids before we learn that people have opinions of us. We're like, what is that? Um, so I guess we're kind of born naturally more confident in ourselves, but you need to get back to that. But it's also practiced. You know what I mean? You just have to start doing the little things. And sometimes just wearing little things like that will help you build that confidence in small actions. You know, you don't, with the Knight of Wands, we don't have to think big actions, big movements. Sometimes you just have to start small.
Right.
That's just accepting that some things are done and completed, some phases are ending, and it's time to move forward. And how can you start to make those small little choices? How can you start making small shifts daily to get more towards to do something different that makes you feel good, that's lighting you up, that kind of scares you a little bit at the same time? Like, what are those little opportunities that are already presenting themselves to you that you can start taking action on? For me, it's something silly, also like going to the park by myself to sit out where people can see me and
Yeah.
read a book. It's
Yeah.
so small and stupid, but it's those small little things that can create the biggest shifts over time. Let's do one more set of three, and then I think we will be ready and good for our
Yeah. I love this.
beautiful meditation.
Those cards are hitting on point for me for sure.
I know, sometimes I'm like, are they for me or are they for everybody?
Well, I
A
think
bit of both.
because we're connected to our collective, what we're experiencing is aligned to the experience of our community. You know what I mean? Yeah.
And you know, we all, it shocks me a lot when I work with people one on one for readings and stuff that they're experiencing almost very similar things that I either have just experienced, am going through, or have like years ago type thing. It's very,
Yeah.
it makes you realize, and this was also advice given to me from a mentor, but it's like you always just have to trust that spirit's going to bring you the right people and that you have the right thing. You said that earlier in another way that, yeah, you have the right voice for them because they're, yeah, you have to Knight of Wands, you have to trust that you have that experience, that you
Yep.
have gained it. You've got the shit. You see, guys, this is why I love tarot.
I know. Magic
This
right before your
is
eyes.
far. We've got the Nine of Pentacles, King of Swords, and the King of Cups happening. The King of Cups came out in reversed for us. The Nine of Pentacles is actually funny because it is a sign of, yeah, it's very earthly energy, but it's also like, I know I love this artwork in this deck. It's
Yeah.
very like you're almost to completion.
Right.
Like you're, and I want to say this is more of like your manifestations coming into physical
Tangible.
manifestations, like tangible, like things, like real things. This isn't just like setting the seeds. This is like your actual fruits of the labor like happening. But it's not there yet, but it's so freaking close. It's so close. But it's almost like you need to stop thinking about it. You need to stop worrying about it. You need to stop checking the back door to see if the portal's open yet and it's gonna all come out for you type thing. I don't know.
Yeah,
That's
I
what this
think this
artwork
card
gives.
is for me.
I know, I love this card. And it's It's almost like I'm getting like the saying, like you need to dance with life more.
Yeah.
Like you need to let go more into the present and really truly let go of the worry, knowing it. And the King of Swords is very analytical. It's a very, and when I say he and she, I'm just talking energy wise for masculine or feminine, which is the court cards representing more of a masculine energy or a feminine energy. So that's what I mean by that terminology. But he's very analytical. He's very fucking smart. But it's almost like sometimes you're too smart. Sometimes you're too in your head. You're too analytical to the point where you allow yourself. And I love the Fibonacci thing in here, but it's almost like sometimes that can get repetitive. Sometimes that can get very lost and very,
Cycles. Yeah.
yeah, I'm getting a cycle. I'm getting like a record, like I hear like an old jukebox playing the same song over and over because it's like
Yeah.
broken, because it is broken. And it's just
Yeah.
kind of like, why isn't it changing the song yet? And it's like, because you're not doing anything differently type energy.
Yeah.
You're just kind of recycling the same fucking bullshit.
Right.
Um, but we've got the King of Cups here in reverse. And it's kind of showing that we're not fully leaning into that surrender and trust of yourself. It's not even trust with the universe that we're speaking of right now, where I'm talking about you. You're not trusting yourself. There's this need to control still, this need to be the King of Swords, where the King of Cups energy is one of the most more feminine masculine cards in the deck
Mm.
because he's very fluid still. He's very in this artwork, it kind of shows him hovered over the ocean on a floating island, showing that he has learned from the emotions and intuitive side, but he also understands that that is not just what he is.
Right.
And he can build his own road and create his own thing because he sees the power of the mind and the whole creation of how the manifestation truly works. And it's almost like saying he's not getting lost and bound by those things, but he's creating his own path and stuff because he's trusting fully where he's being led and where he's going to be going. And
Mm.
it's also like a very surrendering pose and very open. His solar plexus, everything is in
Yeah.
alignment and open and exposed and ready. So
Mm.
it's kind of like learning to lean more into trusting yourself on
Mhm.
where you're going. And even if you're not seeing the results, don't allow the physical results to tell you if you're doing it right or be don't let that be your validation.
100%.
The
Yeah.
physical shit is not the validation. Go back to your core values of what that validation truly is. How do you feel on the inside? For me, what I'm learning my validation more is the more chaotic my life actually is in like what's going on and like what the next move is or all of that, but the more calm I feel inside my body, no matter how the outside's looking.
Yeah.
That's when I know that I can feel more validated in my journey that I'm like, I'm doing it right because I still feel good.
Right.
Because you can look around, you can just start smiling. You're like, well, I should be freaking out maybe a little bit, but like, I'm not. It's gonna be all right. You're just like, it's gonna be fine. Like,
Uh,
you know what I mean? It's that kind of thing. But to me, that's what I'm learning so far. And you have to learn what your personal thing is. You know, you got to learn yourself. The King of Cups is also about like master of like of know thyself, know yourself, know what your triggers are, know what your feelings are, know what they, what does it feel like in your body when you feel happy, when you feel good, when you feel stable? Like stability shouldn't be a number in your bank account. It
right.
should be how you feel on the inside because I should be able to strip away everything down to your naked coreness living on the street and ask, like, can you still find that stability happening? It's like it shouldn't be a physical thing. This is like an inner type of thing.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that. Ugh. I feel too that like literally last card ties back into like the first card, you know,
The
and
very, very first one.
full circle of like, yeah, just the of trusting yourself on a level that you're not seeking out advice from, 27 different people. It's like, the truth that exists within you and to trust that factor, and the more that you connect with yourself in that way and come back to, okay, it is good sometimes to get advice, right? I mean, we all need it, right? I mean, like,
Oh, yeah.
this amazing, love that. But there is a lot of magic and a lot of answers that exist inside of ourselves that we don't come to first, that we try every other avenue. And then ourselves is like the last, it's like the sixth opinion, when it should be the first.
Yes. I'm picturing like picture scales, like a little Libra. Picture your scales. All
Yeah.
right. And picture when it's good to ask for advice. It's good to do that stuff. It's good when you need it. Okay. We're not dissing on that by any means,
Yeah.
but that shouldn't be the way factor. So if you need to get advice, if you need soundboards, do it.
Yes.
But you should picture six of those as little pennies or
Yeah.
like rocks or crystals or whatever your imagination feels like picturing. All right. Don't let me put your imagination in a box. Put it on the scales. All right. But yours, and usually when you have like that, you're gonna hear everything. You're gonna get all the mixtures.
Yeah.
But yours is the one, yours is the last one, yours is the heaviest one. Yours is like the most giant weight of all of the opinions. And yours is what the deciding factor is. And yours should be the one that you go with the most, what feels
Yeah.
good, regardless of anything else. If anything, other people's opinions and things and advice should almost be like that radar to help your compass figure out what feels good.
Yeah.
Now, what that said, did that align? Did that resonate with you? No, that's all right. You can drop it down. You don't have to pick that one up. Put it down. Go to, you know what I mean? If anything, that should be, it's almost like what I used to do as a kid when you flip a coin when you don't know what to do.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Coin never decided what I wanted. The coin helped me figure out what the fuck I actually wanted because I would see what my reaction was
It was.
afterwards. And if I
Right.
felt disappointed, I finally knew what I actually wanted. So
Yeah.
it's not like you're not using these people as deciding factors. You're helping you're experimenting in a physical way to learn about yourself. It's a
Yeah,
very
exactly.
fun way to figure shit out, but you can't pick up their opinions. You have to let go. And
Yeah.
it's funny, as you were talking, I'm still okay. Carissa is definitely more of our astrology and like planetary girl. And I am still more of a novice in learning. But I just remembered, I kept thinking, like Jupiter, I know what Jupiter's thing is. What is Jupiter's main thing? It's about expansion. And Jupiter showed up twice with the Queen of Pentacles and the Four of
I love
Swords. But in the
that.
Four of Swords, it was like half expanded, half not. You know what I mean? But the Queen's full expansion. But to get to that Queen of Cups, we have to
Love
address the Saturn in the back of what those challenges and blockages and those cycles and what those things are,
limitations. Yeah.
limitations, those illusions, what all of those things
Yeah.
are first. And then we have to then full circle with the King of Cups, like trusting in
Yeah.
that type of stuff and
Yeah.
moving forward. So that was, I love how tarot's connected with all that shit too. I feel like I'm like
You.
understanding the cards even more,
When
learning
you
more
fluid in
about
with
the astrology.
astrology, it can
Ooh,
help so much, like give you more of a background and a foundation to what these energies are and how they're playing just with our current transits as well. I mean,
yes.
with Jupiter being luck and expansion, and then we're coming into completion now with this Lion's Gate is
And the
about,
10 of
and
Pentacles.
it's rewarding us, yeah, with completion, integration, and progression into the future. So it's just, I don't know. I just find myself sitting in so much gratitude that I'm in a place of recognition where I can recognize the alignment of these things and the consciousness, like of my reality right now, and how I'm able to consciously shift and just make some really beautiful life changing decisions that are going to usher me towards the direction of like my higher self and embodying more of who she is and the ease that actually comes with that. Even though when we talk about ease, I don't think it's the ease that everybody thinks of, like, oh, like blase blase. It's just easy, don't need to think about
Easy breezy.
it, easy breezy. But really there's so much work, that comes with
Yeah.
it. But the work is so beautiful because you're getting to experience all of the emotions that exist on this earthly realm and all of these sensations that correlate with that. And then even ones that you've never experienced before, because you're willing to experience the unknown and you're willing to be uncomfortable for a bit to
I was literally
experience
just
it.
about to say those same words. Yes. Like being willing and like, yeah. Yes.
So aligned. Love it.
So good.
So
So
good.
good.
Oh, I love this. Love this so much.
For instance, our Facebook Live, we could not figure it out. This was all supposed to happen in our private Facebook group in the live. And then as we got onto the Zoom, we were like, we should record this. We should like put this onto our podcast that we've been putting off for since we started talking all this shit. But all of this, like to the other side now, like this just sparked a whole beautiful thing
Yeah,
that it's probably gonna actually start putting some shit more into motion after all of this. So
totally agree. I
but
totally
this happened for a reason. Like if our Facebook Live didn't kind of fuck up, well, it didn't fuck up. We just didn't know how to work it. It didn't fuck up. We just are
it's
millennials who don't
nothing.
know how to use it.
Human error.
Human error for
Yes.
sure. I don't know why I always say millennials because I'm like, I just feel like that means I'm supposed to know how to work this stuff. I should know how to do this, especially Facebook. It's so old. Facebook's so old. I should know how to use this one. But
We're working on it.
we're figuring out this blossomed into something like all new because we were willing to
Yeah.
take that experience, say, okay, we're gonna like now jump to this other one, do
Yeah.
this, and we just flowed with it.
Yeah. You guys, just because the bananas are old doesn't mean you throw them away. You make banana bread.
Yeah,
And then,
just figure out how else you can use it. I
yeah.
love that. It's better than the lemons.
Yeah. Well, because like, what do you do with old lemons? Throw them away?
Yeah, I don't know what to do with old. Make it into cleaning solution.
Oh, maybe. Yeah.
I don't know. That just popped in my brain. Look at us. We're always problem solving.
So if you know what to do with old lemons, DM us. Yeah.
Oh, are we going to put this on our YouTube channel that we started forever
Yeah.
ago but haven't posted? So put it in our comment section that we,
Yes.
I guess, will have.
Like
All
and
right.
subscribe. Like and subscribe.
We're going to figure all of this out, you guys. This is our very, very
Oh my
first
God.
video that I think we probably should put on our YouTube because this is funny.
I know.
And then we're going to look back in like 5 years from now and laugh and be like, you remember that? That's what started the whole channel that actually got going. On the portal, we finally decided to post on YouTube.
Hey, Lionsgate's some magical shit, man. Anything can happen. Anything can happen. Yeah. So if you guys kind of want to know, all right, Lionsgate, we're talking about it, right? We're going over all the good vibes, everything that could really potentially be worked on and worked through during this time. And as Jade just kind of gave us a really beautiful, divine message there with all the cards that she just pulled. Where are we focusing our energy now in our body? So Lionsgate kind of focuses on activating a couple different chakras. Okay. So it's going to have a lot to do with your heart chakra, healing old and current heart wounds. Okay. So, all within that heart space. It's how we love unconditionally. It's how we see ourselves. It's how we love on ourselves. It's how we give and receive, not in two separate transactions, but as one, which that's going to bring up a whole lot of heart-based wounds. I know that I have several that I've been working through on my ability to receive love. I can give it out all fucking day, but when it comes to receiving, it just does not feel natural to me. And it's something that I'm trying to open myself up to. And I know that this portal, and especially with Leo, I've been getting cracked the fuck open. So in addition to that, so we've got your heart chakra, right? Now, your third eye, awakening your third eye chakra and using your intuition to learn something new about yourself, about your environment, about what's possible, about the unknown, about your trust factor system, all of those things. With that, receiving psychic downloads like dreams, spirit guides, guardian angels, using meditation to open up this energy. And that's exactly what we're going to do today. This is also great to just get a sense of freedom, to go after your dreams, to speak your truth, to do the things that you actually desire. Now, when we get that burst of confidence within ourself, that self-confidence that this energy is also bringing through, there's just this little like fire underneath you of like, you can't stop me. I'm on a roll. I'm moving, bitch, get out of my way. Like, it's just, you're flying with good vibes and high energy. So making the move, going on that dream vacation, which there, for right now, there's some of us who are going to be making some fire ass moves to get things done. And then there's some of us who have been making so many fire ass moves to make the choice to slow down and go play. Okay. So there's two aspects to that, right? It's not all about making the bold moves every time, because your bold move.
It's not all about grinding.
Yeah.
It's not all about the hustle.
Exactly. You got to grind and you got to freak, you got to freak.
You'll freak out.
God. Exactly, because some of the bold moves is going to be doing the thing that scares you. And that might be taking a vacation and taking a break from work, slowing things down.
Going on a vacation and leaving your work phone at home. Oh shit. Or leaving your laptop. Have you ever done that? I don't even think I've done that since I've started my business. I don't think I've ever left a laptop. Like even when I go to Jazz's, I take my laptop with me.
When I go camping, I take my laptop. It's so silly.
You do? My God, yeah.
Just in case.
Well, like what if I need it though?
Yeah, exactly.
They can't wait 2 days.
No, not at all. So it's just nice that we're getting a chance to view some things in a different perspective, and to give ourselves a moment to take the risk, to jump into the fire, to feel these peaceful vibrations and take time to enjoy nature, and meditation to tap into this energy, clear our chakras out, realign ourselves, innovate something new, any discoveries or changes, bring those to the table, create a new project, so there's so much, there's completion energy here. And then there's like new opportunity and change, advancement, up level, and that energy too. So like we've got both, right? Now with that, kind of like Jade was saying, you can't fast forward into the next part of your life when you've got no like space on your plate. So if that's you, we need to clear some of those things off. And that's kind of what we're talking about, clearing and healing through those heart wounds, right? So that heart energy, that our intuition, we've got 3 hearts, or three minds, right? So we've got a mind in our actual mind, we've got a mind in our heart, and then we have a mind in our gut. So we have so many translations happening in our body to align and connect to. So this is part of that with Leo. That is your solar plexus. That is your soul space, your connection to your spirit. That is your connection, right? That's where we derive our energy from. And then you have your heart space that we're going to clear up and crack open. And then we have your intuition that we're going to open back up to trust all of these things when it comes through. And it's all about you and connecting your trust back to you, back to going inward. It's beautiful. And I'm excited that we get to share this today. Jade, are you excited?
I'm so excited. I just had clarity too.
Yeah.
If you saw me get all excited, it's because you with like them have like different, it's like all of them have like a different language at first. And like this is how I'm really understanding. Like they all have different languages.
Yeah.
And you're like trying to learn each unique language for them. So then you can get them all in the same
to communicate.
Oh, I love that. My brain just like a light bulb.
Yes.
Like the way you specifically said it, like unlocked that for me. And I was like,
that is so good. Oh, I love it.
So much sense.
Good. Okay, so the first part of this, what I want to do for us is just open us up with a just kind of energetic protection over our space. Yes, Jane, go
Just
ahead.
disclaimer real quick, if you are driving while you're listening to this or anything, we would recommend to do that later. She's going to give us a great meditation
Yes.
now. I'm assuming that's what you're opening up right now. We're about to meditate. Yeah, don't be driving. Make sure you're in a safe place in order to be doing this.
100%.
Yeah,
100%.
okay.
So, if you're, at home and you're ready to go ahead and move on to this portion of the Lionsgate portal experience, go ahead and find a comfortable space. You don't need to be lying down yet, because what we're going to do is first, I'm going to open us up and just create a protection of energy around us. I'm going to call in our angels, call in our guides, call in our ancestors, healed, wise, and well. And we're going to do a cleansing of the aura and cleansing of our chakra space to kind of prepare ourselves for what we are calling in. And then I'm just going to walk us through this mini manifestation meditation where we're really going to be feeling into our desires and what they feel like, and then announcing them within our space. And then we're going to place them on the shelf and set it aside and let spirit do its magic and do its work, what it does best. Okay. Okay. All right. So to start, if everybody just wants to kind of find your center, just go ahead and get comfortable within your seat, whether that's your legs crossed, you're sitting on your bed. If, lying down is what's best for you, just go ahead and take yourself there. Just bringing our energy back down. So much excitement, so much high vibration. Just begin focusing on your breathing. The inhale, allow it to slow down. There's no rushing within this space as we're here together in this divine moment, sharing this magical portal as we're stepping into our self-confidence, stepping further into our truth, connecting with ourselves and our higher self and the embodiment that lies within the journey of becoming. I want you to just take a nice deep breath in. We're filling up our lung space first, filling it all the way up, holding it at the top, and then exhale, slowly releasing and letting go of that breath. Let's take another deep breath in now. We're going to fill our stomach space first. Feel that expansion. Move that breath into your heart space as you feel that expansion. Hold at the top and then exhale. Slowly let that dissipate. I'm going to call in our angels, specifically Archangel Michael, for his honor and protection over us. Archangel Raphael, for his guidance along our journey and our path. And calling in Archangel Chamuel, the angel of love and relationships. Calling in these angels to be present during this session, to give us the energy, the messages, the synchronicities that we need to continue on our journey, to continue with clarity, so that we can honor the messages that are coming through from our bodies, as our bodies are our true and innate messengers. Thank you, angels. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Calling in our ancestors, healed, wise, and well, those who have messages for us, guidance for us. Be present in this session. Calling in any guides, who have direction to offer, who have positive energy to offer. Thank you for being present. Now, above your head, I'd like for you to envision a beautiful, glowing, gold, sparkly orb right above your crown chakra. And as this orb is rotating in a clockwise format, imagine as if this gold orb starts to cover over your body like a beautiful protective dome of radiant, glowing light. This dome begins to encapsulate you, moving over your head, over your shoulders, over your chest space, past your hips, down to your knees, and makes its way all the way to your toes. This gold orb is encapsulating you in positive, loving, glowing light. This light is connected to the divine as you are connected to the divine, and everything good. Take a nice deep breath in here. In this space and in this moment, you are protected on your journey of going inward to discover your light. And whenever you need to return to this space or you need this level of protection energy, you can create this within yourself and for your space. So thank you to our guides, to our angels, to our ancestors, healed, wise, and well, to our spirit guides, and all those who are present within this space. Thank you, thank you, thank you in advance for all of the messages and all of the magic and the abundance that you're bringing us here today. Thank you. Go ahead and take one last big, deep breath in to seal this space and this container that we've created for our practice today. You can keep your eyes closed or connect and bring them to an open. But what we are going to do now is we're going to clear our aura. And we're going to clear 2 specific spaces that we're going to be working with for this manifestation meditation. The first space that we're going to touch on is our heart space. So go ahead and bring your hand to your heart. I like to bring my right hand to the left side of my chest, right over my heart space, and let it sit there. Just feel into this space. You don't need to direct the energy anywhere or think anything specific. Just feel into your heart and how your body is feeling right now. Is it anxious? Is it trying? Is it confused? Is it wondering if you're doing this right or wrong? No judgments, just be. Now take your hand and hover at a few inches from your chest and begin to rotate your hand in a anti-clockwise formation. This is going to be stirring the energy within your heart space in the opposite direction to stir up anything within this space and to start to move that energy around. It's kind of like taking the stirring stick to the pot. That everything that surfaced on top is now going to be mixed up all in with everything else. We're going to do that for about a minute. No judging, just feeling whatever's coming up in that space. It's beautiful. Now we're going to turn the opposite direction and start to move that hand, rotating in a clockwise formation. We're still stirring within, integrating all of those things that could have settled at the bottom, that have been sitting on the top. And we're just stirring those all together within this space of our heart chakra. It's very similar to when you take a pendulum over your chakra spaces and using that to stir the energy and lift and transcend those spaces forward. Beautiful. Now, let's stop here at the heart chakra. Everything that you stirred in this space, let's honor that for just a moment and thank our guides for stirring that up within. Take some deep breaths where you feel like you need to. If you feel like more is starting to stir and come up, release that with a deep breath to let it go and to move on and move forward from that. Now move your hand up to your third eye, placing your hand on your third eye chakra, leaving it there for just a moment as we tune in to the energies that are on the surface of this space. And just breathe into it. Now take that hand and move it out to hovering right above your third eye chakra and moving it in that counterclockwise formation, stirring that energy all up within that space. I can already feel my energy getting stirred and moved, shifting around. When you feel ready, we can begin to move that third eye chakra into the clockwise formation, stopping our hand and shifting into the clockwise motion, bringing anything that has settled into the mix so that it's all accessible, that it's all within reach, and that it's all ready to be accessed as we are cracking it open. Beautiful. Taking those deep breaths. Don't forget to breathe. Excellent. Okay, now I want you to bring your hands to meet in a prayer in front of your heart chakra. Just want you to spend a moment thanking yourself for diving into a practice today that may not feel ordinary. It may not be what you're used to. What's coming next may not be what you're used to. And getting uncomfortable is the first sign and signaling that new is coming, that changes are coming, and that your body is beginning to prepare to be in that space, and that you're letting go of all the things, the behaviors, the patterns, the actions that don't serve you anymore, the stories, the ideals, the idealizations, the illusions. They're shifting away. And this is our peace offering to let them go because we know what's coming is for us. What's coming is here to shift us into our highest and greatest timeline. So thank you, angels, for that. And thank you for allowing us to have this space to do that. Now, in your mind, I want you to just begin to visualize what it is that you are calling in for this Lionsgate portal. Where is your roar? What are you shouting to the rooftops that you know that you deserve? I want you to sit with that for just a moment. Bring that so clear to your mind's eye. Maybe it's not a tangible thing. Perhaps it's a feeling of freedom, the feeling of contentment, feeling of receiving love, the feeling of ease. What does that feel like to you? What would that feel like if you had it in this very moment? Now, I really want you to sit with that feeling of being given what it is that you are asking for. Whether it's a feeling or whether it is something material and tangible within this universe, I really want you to focus on the feeling of receiving. You can even picture yourself as a little girl, as the little you, receiving a gift that you have been asking for. Maybe it's Christmas, maybe it's your birthday, maybe it's just a surprise day. But I want you to meet yourself with the emotion of receiving this gift that you are asking for, as if it is already yours right now in this very moment. I'm handing it to you. It is yours. What does that feel like? What are the emotions streaming through your body? Is it excitement? Is it joy? Is it, oh my God, I can't believe this is mine now? I knew it would be. Sit with that feeling. And as you're sitting with the joy of receiving, and you're sitting with the joy of being given this beautiful gift, send out that gratitude to your guides, send out that gratitude to your angels. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Honored to receive it, honored to be given it in this lifetime. Thank you, thank you, thank you. For a moment, thank your guides for what you are being given. Thank your guides for what is yours right now. Because whether it exists in the future, or whether it exists in the past, or whether it exists in a dream, or it exists right now, it's yours. It's already yours. So claim it. Claim it as you are a goddess that is walking this earth, pointing out and claiming what is already hers. Claim it, goddess. Claim it. It is already yours. Take another deep breath as you're breathing this breath in, I want you to breathe in as this is the abundance you have been asking for. And upon that exhale, you're letting go of any limiting thoughts, any limiting beliefs that have put you in disbelief or to act or respond in fear. I want you to let that go and send it away. Really feel that contraction as you push it away from you, sending it through the ether onto its journey as you walk forward and towards on yours. Take another nice deep breath in, my loves. Feel that fill up your stomach space. Feel that fill up your heart space. Bring it all the way up into your crown and hold it. And then on that exhale, feel that contraction. Feel the beauty of the fact your body can inhale and exhale, receive and let go. Honor the space that you're in today and right now. Honor this moment that we got to share. Honor the messages from your guides, the messages from you to you. Come back to this space when you need it. It's always here. You have access to it through your solar plexus. That space of renewable energy wants you to tap in and lean in even further. The light in me sees and not only honors the light in you, but I believe in the light in you. And here today, we got to amplify the light in each other by experiencing this moment together. So thank you for taking the time to share this space with us. Thank you to our guides, our angels, our ancestors, healed, wise, and well, our guides for being here, sharing the gratitude, sharing the love and the light. Just feeling so honored and so blessed. Whenever you're ready, my loves, we can close this space with just giving a quick thank you to yourself for who you are and who you're becoming. Go ahead and just give yourself a nice tight little hug as you come back out of this space. Be gentle on yourself and come back slowly, releasing your arms back to your legs, sitting your hands on your knees and just fluttering your eyes back open. Thank you so much for taking part in that. I'm like so honored. I felt so much energy and just a lot of beautiful message has come through and a lot of transcendence. Woo! Vibes. Jade, how are you feeling?
That was beautiful. I feel like you need to like go back when this recording downloads so you can fully enjoy your own meditation.
Well, that's just the coolest part because there is like such a beautiful like opportunity for me, like when I get to participate, like being the facilitator. Because I truly am just letting whatever comes through and let it flow. And it's a moment for me to really trust myself. So to participate. Yeah. So it is a full circle, you know, how it comes back around. What often gets put out into the ether gets translated back through the experience, you know, and I get to sit there and trust myself that like what I'm putting forward is meant to come through. I have to trust that and not steer it the way that my, ego perhaps wants it to be steered.
Yeah.
So, thank you, Jade, for participating in that with me and everybody else who's getting to share that. I'm very grateful for just the time to be able to offer it. So, yay.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate you sharing your gift with us because
Oh,
they're always so good.
yes. It's cool to be in the presence of gift givers, Yeah. It's a cool freaking thing. I love it. I love it.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, I'm all zenned out now. So
I know. Same. Me too. Um, Everybody, thank you so much. I really hope that you enjoy this Lionsgate portal to its highest amplification and its highest degree. It's really cool that Jade and I get to hop on, and share this on Facebook, on Instagram, and just through our group, that we even have a group that wants to be able to open up like this with us, because we would probably be doing this anyway, just the two of us. So it's nice that we have a whole group to share it with. And that we're not doing, a full moon celebration this month via the Celestial Sisterhood. And this is going to kind of take the place of that this month. But that our hearts are with you through this entire journey, and that, if you need guidance, if you need connection, if you need that support in the Facebook group, you guys can find that, and to feel free to be vulnerable and post what you need from us in the Facebook group, or contact Jade and I individually, as we would love to have a session with you one-on-one or two-on-one with Jade and myself. This is something that we want to offer, to just, really provide the safety and the space for you to grow into your higher self and discover your inner magic, which is the whole reason we started this group in the first place.
yeah. Oh, you said it all. Yeah, that was just perfect. That was like perfect.
Well, I love you, Jade, and I love our magic and that we get to create and co-create together. So I'm especially grateful for you. um, and I could cry. I'm like so emotional now, but I think that's a good note to close. We'll have more updates for you guys. Jade sent out the newsletter just recently. So if you're not on our subscription list, get on it.
Jump on.
Yes, jump on
Get
it.
monthly magic in your inbox.
So much magic in that newsletter. So yeah, hop on it because that will have all the details of what's to come. If you're in Orange County, or Southern California, and you're interested in attending a live full moon ceremony, August 11th at 7 p.m. in Sunset Beach, California. We have our tickets on Eventbrite. Myself, Vanessa, another lovely gal named Bree. We're going to be hosting a sound bowl and healing event.
Guys, this is going to be amazing. I'm sad I don't live closer. Vanessa was on one of our virtual gatherings a few months ago.
Yes.
So if you came to that, you already know how freaking powerful and crazy that month's gathering was. So you do not want to miss. If you are within driving distance, get your ass there.
Absolutely.
Be there for me.
Please, 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 would love to see you, would love to connect with you in person. This is something that we plan on doing more of. And, you never know where our ideas are going to take us. So we're not.
And follow us, subscribe to YouTube because this will probably be on YouTube.
Yeah, we'll have this. We'll
got
have
a YouTube channel.
Yeah, we
We're
will
committing.
Happening. Love it. I love it.
Happening on the portal.
Okay. Yeah, 100%. So we'll get this all wrapped up and posted to the Facebook group. So we'll have it up. If you're watching this, you already watched it. So
yeah, thanks for tuning in, guys. Thanks for joining. We'll get better at ending these things, but you guys can enjoy your shit. Thanks for tuning in, hanging out with us.
All right. Love and light. Peace,
Love.
bitches.
Peace out, guys.
Okay.